Welcome everyone to game number 25 here in Cheese League Baseball as the Kernels take on the Rampage. Hope you're all doing well, wherever you are. Beautiful Bengata bowls, we get a look there. Packed house. The Kernels have Harmony Sagard on the hill, and the Rampage, as you can see, have Colorado Buchanan. And that one is popped to Chang for out number one. Nico Hendricks steps in. DH for the Kernels. And looks at a ball high from Buchanan. That's strike one. 2-1 now. And grounded up the middle. Ooh. Diving try there from Pruitt. Unable to make the play. I think it would have been safe anyway. And the Kernels have a runner on first as Marcus Gangnam steps in, the first baseman. That one gets away from Prouse as the runner advances. So 0-1 to Gangnam. And that one is hit very well. And gone. Home run for Gangnam. 413-foot homer to left center field. His first homer of the year. Aldo Davis steps in and takes a ball low from Buchanan. That one's hit up the middle. Diving stop by Sparks and out. So 2 outs now as Vicente Jeffries comes in. And grounds that one, same spot. Sparks again dives. Out number 3. 2 good plays there by Sparks at second, or at short, I apologize. So the Kernels strike early, get 2 runs on 2-run homer. And Valentino Chang comes in. So we got a look there at Sacred, who also throws a forkball. I believe one of the, I think it's Schroeder or Woodland Brandt might throw a forkball as well. That's popped out to Davis for out number 1. Brandt, of course, the Fowles starter, and Schroeder, the Rollers starter. One of them, I think, also throws a forkball. It's not a pitch you commonly see. That one's hit into right field for a base hit. It's not a pitch you commonly see anymore in the majors, and definitely not here in Cheese League Baseball. Cash Parsons steps in, center fielder for the Rampage. I may have said Grazers a couple of times. I apologize. It's the Rampage. Got Grazers on the mind for some reason. Probably because the Rampage are 3-1 and batters walked. Rampage are 3-1. The Kernels are 1-4. So Rampage are definitely one of the heavy-hitting teams here in the Cheese League. So 2-1, 1 out. That one's ripped into the right center gap. That will be one run for sure. We're sending the second runner, and it's a 2 RBI double as the game is all knotted up. Kion Baker steps in, DH for the Rampage. Ooh, takes an inch strike at the knees. Ooh, strike 2. I don't know about that call. That's a ball high. Baker batting 400 so far this year. That one gets in the dirt. Works the count full. And a high pop-up. Can of corn there for Maddox. For 2 outs now. Not a very good throw into third base. Kason Prouse steps in. Catcher for the Rampage. Takes the ball outside. See, Harmony Sagard's ERA hovering right around 12. She entered the game with an ERA of 9 and feeling pretty tense. That one's flat out to Gangnam for the 3rd out. So, little call-in response here. Kernels get 2, Rampage get 2. Let's see what happens as Maddox steps in for the Kernels, the number 6 hitter. Colorado Buchanan also looking tense after giving up the 2-run dinger in the first inning. That one's fouled away. And strike 3. Swinging strikeout there as Raina Tightly comes in, looking for her first hit of the season. Opts for the face mask helmet, one of the new helmets here in Super Mega Baseball 3. That's grounded to Pruitt for out number 2. Moises Nicholson, the shortstop, comes in. Takes ball 1 inside from Buchanan, who's now moved to neutral, seems to be settling in a little bit. That's a hot shot down the third base line, and well played by McFreddy in the corner. Runner unable to advance to second base, so we have 2 outs, runner on first, and Dominic Wilson steps in. And that's grounded to Pruitt for the 3rd out. So we go to the bottom of the 2nd, all knotted up at 2. The 7, 8, 9 hitters up for the Rampage. Lucian Sparks steps in, 385, 1 homer, 1 ribby, and he sneaks one through. Little worm burner there through the left side. Peichel steps in, the 3rd baseman for the Rampage. Okay speed on the bases. And 2-1 now to Peichel. The 3-1, good hitters count. Looks at a strike. Full count now. And pops one up. Should be no problem there, and it's not for Wilson. So 1 out, 1 on. And the number 9 hitter, Dallas McFreddy, comes in, the left fielder. Feeling tense, looking for his first hit of this young season. So the Kernels are 1-4. They've played an extra game than the Rampage. That will all even out, of course, as we go throughout the season here in Cheese League Baseball. The full count now to McFreddy. Grounded to Jeffries, to Nicholson, to Gangnam for the 4-6-3 double play. Top of the order up for the Kernels. Corbin Fry 0 for 1 today. High pitch is activated. He likes him high. Takes the ball outside from Buchanan. And grounded up the middle for a base hit. So Fry's on as Hendricks comes in. He's already 1 for 1 today with a single. Not very good speed on the bases for the Kernels. Arm behind the plate for Prouse is decent, I would say. I don't think they're going to run, though. 2-1 now to Hendricks. 2-2. And that's in the dirt. Prouse does a good job keeping it in front of him, and the batter's walked. So Hendricks walks. That brings up Marcus Gangnam, who's already 1 for 1, had a big 2-run homer in the first inning. 2 on, no outs, and that's ripped, but foul into the Kernels dugout. And they brush him back as the 1-2 pitch. Now 2-2. Buchanan battling here a little bit, and that's right at Pruitt, and they double him up. So Hendricks is leading off the bag a little bit. They're able to double him up. So there's 2 outs, 1 runner on now as Aldo Davis steps in. Takes a ball inside. And another pitch inside. And 3-0 now to Davis. And he's walked. He looks at 4 straight balls. Jeffries steps in now 0 for 1. 2 on, 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. Buchanan's thrown 5 straight balls. There's a strike, finally. That one is hit quite well. I think he might have just got under it, unless that carries. Bengata Bowl is not a very big park. And it does, wow. Home run. 432-foot shot for Jeffries, 3-run dinger. second homer of the year, fourth RBI. And the Kernels take a 5-2 lead as Dexter Maddox comes in. Ball inside. Strike 2. That's hit up the middle for a base hit. So it looks like the Kernels hitters are really getting to Buchanan. As Raina Tightly steps in, 0 for 1, hitless this season. Good speed on the bases for the Kernels. And they check on the runner, and he's safe. And fouled away. Ooh, that gets away from Prouse. Runner advances. So 2 outs, runner on second for Tightly. Chance to get an RBI single here or something. First hit of the year. That's what Tightly's looking for. And the full count now. Runner goes, and she looks at strike 3. So the Kernels get 3 on the big home run. And we go to the bottom of the third. And the Rampage have the top of the order coming up with Chang stepping in. 0 for today. Big looping curveball there from Sacred. And another breaking ball for strike 2. Try to get him chased high. And high and outside pitch. Nice breaking ball there from Sacred. Gets Chang. Kellen Webb 1 for 1 today with a single. Sacred's kind of settling in now, is feeling more neutral. RBI is down, or ERA, sorry, is down to 8.53 to Jeffries for out number 2. Parsons, center fielder, he walked his last time up. Contact versus righties is activated. And that was hit down the left field line, but drifts foul. Again, fouled off to the left. Tough out activated. That's right to Nicholson for the third out of the inning. So Rampage go down in order, and 8, 9, and 1 coming up for the Kernels. I was really surprised that that homer went out. I'm still kind of flabbergasted. Now, Bengata Bowl, so that's fouled back from Nicholson. Bengata Bowl is kind of a cookie-cutter ballpark, not the biggest ballpark either in the Cheese League. That's grounded. Peichel will take that for out number 1. Ball just kind of kept carrying. I thought it was actually higher than it was far. Dominic Wilson comes in, 0 for 1. Buchanan's feeling tense. That's a grounder up the middle for a base hit. And I'd be surprised if the Rampage stick with Buchanan for much longer. As Corbin Fry steps in, 1 for 2, and top of the order here for the Kernels now. Runner with pretty good speed on first base. And strike on the outside part of the plate. Foul back, tough out is activated. And that's popped up. Let's see who takes it. Looks like Prouse is going to take that. For out number 2, so Nico Hendricks steps in now. 1 for 1, single and a walk. And yes, just as predicted, they pull Buchanan and they're going to go with Frazier. And, oh no, caught stealing here in a rundown. And that's the third out of the inning. Nice little move there from Frazier to throw over. So Rampage up now. Pruitt 1 for 1 with the double. Some RBIs. And it's right at Jeffries. Kyan Baker steps in 0 for 1. And strike 1. And that's ripped, but right at Maddox for out number 2. Kason Prouse now steps in, catcher, and pops that up. Should be an easy out there, and it is for Gangnam. So again, the Rampage go down in order. 2, 3, 4 up for the Kernels in the top of the 5th. Kernels still lead 5-2. That's fouled away by Hendricks. Looks at 2 straight balls. And, ooh, a bit of a high and outside strike for my liking. Grounded to Pruitt for the first out. Gangnam 1 for 2 today. He had that home run, 2-run homer in the first. Packed house today here at the Bengata Bowl. And that one is looped, but right at McFreddy for out number 2. Aldo Davis 0 for 1 today with a walk. You can see all the Rampage fans supporting their Rampage gray. The gray represents the rhino in the Rampage logo. 2-1 now to Davis, and 3-1. That's ripped. Pruitt tried to snag that one, but it goes into right field for a base hit, so Jeffries comes in now. He had a big 3-run homer last time up, and that one is hit quite well. Does that one have the distance? And gone! Jeffries, second home run of the game, 2-run shot to dead center field, 439 feet. And it's a 7-2 ball game as Maddox comes in 1 for 2 today. So the Kernels really teeing off here on the Rampage pitchers. And it's hit right at Chang for out number 3. All right, so we go now to the bottom of the 5th as Lucian Sparks comes in. He is 1 for 1, I believe it said, with a home run. Fouled away. That's ripped into the gap. That's extra bases for sure. Slides in safely in the second for a double. So Rampage have a runner on base as Peichel steps in 0 for 1 today. Looks at strike 1. Sacred more of a junk pitcher than a velocity pitcher, and that's really proven here today. Lots of good junk pitches, breaking balls, grounder to Gangnam for out number 1. Runner advances to third, and McFreddy steps in 0 for 1 today. RBI chance here though for McFreddy if he can just get his first hit of the year. And fouled away. 2-2 now, and full count. That's popped up. Should be no problem there for Gangnam in foul territory, and it's not. Out number 2 as Valentino Chang, the leadoff hitter, first baseman, steps in 0 for 2 today. Swings under over that one, just swings through that one, and gets by tightly, but she's able to recover. The run does not score. So we got a 1-2 now on Chang. Almost had him chasing low. And that has popped up. And looks like Sacred will take it herself. And she does. Out number 3. We go to the top of the 6th. Kernels still a commanding lead, 7-2. 7, 8, 9 hitters up now, too, for the Kernels. As tightly as 0 for 2. Now, if there's one thing that we've seen so far this year in the Cheese League is that big of a lead really means nothing this late in the game. That one is ripped, but Webb is right there. We've seen a lot of come from behind wins as Moises Nicholson comes in. He's 1 for 2, and Dainty Simon's coming in of relief of Frazier. We've seen Simon a couple of times this year so far. That one's popped up, and nobody's going to get there in foul territory. 2-1 now to Nicholson. That one's hit quite well and carrying, but I think he just missed it, and he did. Parsons there tracks it down for out number 2. Dominic Wilson, 1 for 2 with a single today, steps in. Looks at strike one. That's grounded to Peichel for the third out of the inning. Moving now to the bottom of the sixth, the 2-3-4 hitters up for the Rampage. Kellen Webb, 1 for 2. Lando Wentz comes in as a defensive replacement behind the plate. That one's ripped into left field for a base hit. So Rampage have a runner on as Parsons comes in now. 0 for 1 with a walk. Pretty decent speed on the bases, I would say, for the Rampage, but Wentz has a really good arm behind the plate. Popped up. I think that's going to get out of play, and it does. Tough out activated. And a full count now to Parsons. That's hit into the gap. Can anybody track it down? I don't think so. The runner's coming home. It's going to third, and it's a RBI triple as Miles Pruitt steps in, 1 for 2, double today. So Rampage get one. The Kernels still lead at 7-3. It's a ball low in the dirt. 2-1 out of Pruitt. Right at Nicholson, who's there to snag it for out number 1. Kion Baker comes in, and we're going to have a pitching change now. Alejandra Park comes in relief of Sacredu, getting roughed up a little bit. Now, Alejandra Park, you can see, is strained, like many, many pitchers out of the bullpens across the Cheese League. That's a base hit, an RBI single, as the lead is cut a little bit more. The Rampage just chipping away here. Kason Prowse steps in. 0 for today. Oh, crossed up a little bit. Throw down to second, but not in time. So 1 out, runner on second, and Prowse pops it up to Wentz behind the plate. Lucian Sparks having a good game, 2 for 2, double and a single today. Runner in scoring position. That one's floated in there for strike 1. And that's low. I was saying, Park is feeling strained. Many, many of the bullpen pitchers across the Cheese League are feeling strained. Been used quite heavily. Popped up, and Maddox puts it away for out number 3. So moving on to the top of the 7th. And if I've said it once this game, I've said it 100 times. The top of the order is up again for the Kernels. They seem to have batted around the order several times now. Fry stepped in as Simon is still in the hill. And Simon actually looks locked in, so they're sticking with him. So 2-2 now to Fry. And full count. And strike 3. Looks at a high and outside strike 3. Nico Hendricks now. Strike 1. That one's hit very well. That's going to stay in the ballpark, though. And that'll be a double for Hendricks. 1 out, double for Hendricks. Brings up Marcus Gangnam. 1 for 3 today. Home run already. Runner in scoring position. Floated in there for ball 2. Right back to Simon. So Aldo Davis comes in 1 for 2 today. 2 outs, runner on second. Strike 1 on the inside corner. That one's ripped, but foul. Ball high. And fouled away. That one's ripped up the middle. Base hit. Let's see if they send the runner. Parsons throws it home. Play at the plate and out. So, bottom of the 7th. Last chance here for the Rampage, as the Kernels still have a 7-4 lead. Peichel steps in. Park still on the hill. Ball high. And floated in there for ball 3. Composed is activated for Park, but she walks him. So Rampage have a base runner. McFreddy 0 for 2. Still looking for that first hit. Looks tense. And popped up. See who catches that. Short right field. And Jeffries is there for the first out. Chang steps in, top of the order, 0 for 3 today. Takes the ball inside from Park. Runner goes. And he's safe. So stolen base. And ball 2. 2-1 now to Chang. Runner in scoring position. Pose activated. A little stutter here in the action, folks. That's a base hit, I think. And it is. Maddox is able to trap it. Throws the third. Gets in there safely. Now runners on the corners. 1 out. As Kellen Webb steps in. 2 for 3. Very good speed in the bases, too, for the Rampage. And swings through that, strike 1. Grounded through the right side. Run scores. And the runner's going to third. Play at third base, and he's out. So instead of runners on the corners, we have runner on first and 2 outs. As Parsons comes in, and Kramer, the closer for the Kernels, steps in. That should do it here, folks. Little stutter in the action. Nicholson across the diamond to Gangnam for out number 3. And just like that, Kernels win. Some big home runs there for the Kernels. Really sealed the deal. Let's take a look at the line. 7-11-0 for the Kernels, 5-9-0 for the Rampage. As we see on the Kernels side, Gangnam with a homer. Jeffries, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs today. Just wow. Heck of a game. Heck of a game for him. And that's pretty much all the offense for the Kernels. On the Rampage side, you know, a lot of manufactured runs. So that's always a good thing to see. Saker gets the win. ERA's dipped well below where she started. Buchanan gets the loss. Pitched a pretty good game, though. All things considered, really, for Buchanan. And Kramer gets the save. Top 3 players. No surprise here. Vicente Jeffries, 2 for 3, 2 homers, 5 ribbies, 2 runs. Cash Parsons does get the shout-out, 1 for 3, triple RBI, 2 runs. And Gangnam, 1 for 4, with a home run, 2 ribbies, and a run scored. And that's how game number 25 ends here, folks. Have a good one. Thanks for watching the Cheese League. Kernels win.